You think what you do in public doesn't matter. You think people aren't watching. You think authenticity means showing everything, everywhere, to everyone. Niccolò Machiavelli would tell you you're destroying your power with every unguarded moment. The rulers he studied who survived decades of political warfare all had one thing in common. They understood that public behavior creates public perception. And public perception determines who has power and who becomes powerless. The ones who failed, they treated public spaces like private spaces. They revealed too much. They showed weakness. They demonstrated poor judgment. And their enemies used every visible mistake against them until they were destroyed. You're not a Renaissance prince, but you live in a world with more public exposure than Machiavelli could have imagined. Social media, open offices, constant surveillance. Every moment is potentially public. Every action is potentially permanent. And there are 9 behaviors that, when done publicly, destroy your reputation, eliminate your leverage, and signal to everyone around you that you're not someone to be taken seriously. In this video, I'm going to reveal Machiavelli's warnings about public behavior, updated for the modern world. These aren't moral rules. These are strategic observations about human nature. Violate them at your own risk. Let's begin. Machiavelli served in the Florentine government for 14 years. He watched politicians rise and fall. He saw which behaviors led to respect and which led to destruction, and he noticed patterns. The leaders who lasted controlled their public image obsessively. They were strategic about what they revealed and when. They understood that every public moment was a performance, whether they intended it or not. People were always watching, always judging, always making decisions about whether to support or undermine them. The leaders who fell treated public spaces carelessly. They got emotional in meetings, they complained openly, they showed weakness, they revealed their strategies too early, and every single one of these mistakes gave their enemies ammunition. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." This means your public behavior creates your reputation, and your reputation determines your power. Control the first, and you control the second. The 9 behaviors I'm about to reveal are violations of this principle. Each one damages your reputation in ways that are hard to repair. And in a world where reputation is currency, these behaviors are bankruptcy. Before we continue, if you want to understand how to protect your reputation and build strategic power, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. I break down Machiavellian strategy, power dynamics, and social intelligence every week. And leave a comment telling me, which of these 9 behaviors have you seen destroy someone's reputation? I want to hear real examples. This community learns from observed patterns. Now, let's reveal the 9 things you should never do in public. Never do. Number 1. Never show desperation. Desperation is blood in the water. The moment people sense you're desperate, they know they have leverage. And once they know they have leverage, they'll use it. Machiavelli watched rulers beg for alliances. The moment they appeared desperate for support, the terms got worse. Why? Because desperation signals weakness, and people exploit weakness automatically. Modern application. You're job hunting. You're desperate. You show this in the interview. I really need this position. I'm very flexible on salary. I can start immediately. I'll do whatever it takes. You think honesty will help. You've just destroyed your negotiating power. The company now knows. You have no options. You'll accept low pay. You'll tolerate bad conditions. They can offer less because you've signaled you'll take anything. Or you're dating. You like someone. You show desperation, constant texting, immediate responses, rearranging your schedule for them, being available always. You think this shows interest. It shows you have no other options. And people don't value what's always available. Machiavelli. Let no one quote against me the old proverb, "He who builds on the people builds on mud." Translation: desperation makes you build on unstable ground. Never let people see that you need them more than they need you. How to avoid this? Always have options, or at least appear to have options. Even when desperate, act selective. Even when you need something badly, act like you're evaluating whether it's good enough for you. This isn't lying, it's strategic presentation. You can be hungry. Never look starved. The difference determines everything. Never do number 2. Never complain publicly. Complaining signals 3 things. You're a victim, you're powerless to change your circumstances, and you're emotionally incontinent. None of these build respect. Machiavelli observed that rulers who complained publicly about their advisors, their circumstances, their challenges, appeared weak. Meanwhile, rulers who faced the same difficulties silently appeared strong. The complaint itself doesn't matter. What matters is that public complaining reveals you're overwhelmed, and people don't follow the overwhelmed. They avoid them, exploit them, or replace them. Modern application. You hate your job. You complain about it publicly. To colleagues, on social media, to anyone who'll listen. You think you're venting. You're creating a reputation as someone who complains instead of acts. When a better opportunity appears, people remember. You're a complainer. Complainers don't get recommended. Or you're in a relationship that's struggling. You complain about your partner to mutual friends. You think you're getting support. You're destroying your partner's reputation and your own. People remember you air private grievances publicly. That's poor judgment. Machiavelli understood that complaints travel. What you say to one person will reach many, and each repetition damages your reputation more. The rule: complain in private to people who can help solve the problem. Never complain in public to people who can only spread the complaint. If you must vent, do it to a therapist, a journal, or someone outside your social and professional circles. Public silence about difficulties reads as strength. Public complaining about difficulties reads as weakness. Choose silence. Never do number 3. Never reveal your full strategy. The moment you explain your entire plan publicly, you've given everyone the information they need to either copy you or sabotage you. Machiavelli watched military commanders announce their strategies before battles. It was considered honorable. It also led to defeat. The commanders who kept their strategies hidden until execution won consistently. Public strategy revelation has no upside. Best case, people are impressed, but now, know your moves. Worst case, competitors adjust to counter you before you've even started. Modern application. You're starting a business. You're excited. You tell everyone the idea, the target market, the differentiator, the timeline. Someone with more resources hears it, executes faster, and beats you to market. Your idea, their execution, your mistake for revealing it publicly, or you're planning a career move. You tell colleagues you're interviewing elsewhere. Word reaches your boss. Suddenly you're excluded from key projects, passed over for promotion. You haven't even gotten the offer yet, but you've already lost your current position's trust. Machiavelli. The one who adapts his policy to the times prospers, and likewise the one whose policy clashes with the demands of the times does not. The modern demand: keep your strategies private until execution. The internet never forgets. Competitors always listen. What to reveal publicly? Results, not strategies. We hit our revenue goal, not here's our exact process. Public results build reputation. Public strategies create vulnerability. Never do number 4. Never show emotional instability. Emotions are human. Emotional instability is disqualifying. People need to know that you won't fall apart under pressure, explode in conflict, or make decisions based on feelings instead of strategy. Machiavelli watched leaders who cried in public, raged in meetings, panicked during crises. None lasted. Not because emotions are wrong, but because public emotional volatility makes you unpredictable. And unpredictable people don't get trusted with power. The rulers who survived were those who maintained composure publicly, regardless of internal state. They felt everything, but they controlled what they showed. Modern application. You're in a heated meeting. Someone attacks your idea. You get visibly angry. Raised voice, red face, defensive body language. You think you're showing passion. You're showing inability to handle criticism. People note, this person can't be pushed. That's a liability in any position that requires negotiation or conflict management. Or you post emotional rants on social media. You think you're being authentic. Future employers, clients, and partners see someone who lacks self-regulation. They swipe past. Machiavelli didn't say suppress emotion. He said control its expression. Feel rage privately. Show calculated response publicly. Feel fear privately. Show calm assessment publicly. The practice. Pause before responding emotionally. Count to 5. Breathe, then respond strategically, not emotionally. In public, your composure is your power. Your emotional volatility is your vulnerability. People test emotional stability deliberately. They provoke to see if you'll crack. Every time you stay calm under provocation, you pass the test. Every time you explode, you fail. Never do number 5. Never break confidence. When someone tells you something privately and you share it publicly, you've announced to everyone, I can't be trusted. And once that reputation forms, it never fully goes away. Machiavelli observed that rulers who leaked private conversations lost access to information. People stopped telling them things. And without information, they lost power. Information flows to the trustworthy, not the loose-lipped. This seems obvious, yet people violate it constantly. They share gossip. They reveal private conversations. They screenshot messages and share them. Every time, they're trading short-term social currency for long-term reputation damage. Modern application. A colleague tells you they're interviewing elsewhere. You mention it to another colleague. Word spreads. The first colleague gets fired before securing the new job. They know you betrayed the confidence. So does everyone else who hears the story. Your reputation is now can't be trusted with sensitive information. Or a friend confides relationship problems. You casually mention it at a group dinner. The friend hears you betrayed them. The friendship ends. Everyone present notes. This person shares private information publicly. Machiavelli. Men are so simple and yield so readily to the desires of the moment that he who will trick will always find another who will suffer himself to be tricked. Don't be the one who tricks. Be the one people know won't. The rule is absolute. What's told to you privately stays private. Period. No exceptions. No, but they should know. No, I thought it wasn't a secret. Private means private. This discipline builds a reputation over years. This person can be trusted. That reputation becomes currency. People share opportunities, information, and connections with people they trust. Break confidence publicly once. Lose trust permanently. Never do. Number 6. Never display ignorance confidently. There's a specific behavior that destroys credibility faster than almost anything else. Confidently stating things you don't actually know. Machiavelli watched advisors give princes confident bad information. When the information proved wrong, the advisor lost all credibility. Even when they later gave good information, it was discounted because they'd already established themselves as confidently wrong. It's better to say, I don't know, than to bullshit. Admitting ignorance on specific points preserves general credibility. Faking knowledge on everything destroys all credibility when exposed. Modern application. You're in a meeting. Someone asks about a technical detail you don't know. You confidently make something up. Later, someone who actually knows corrects you. Everyone present notes. This person talks confidently about things they don't understand. Your credibility on everything else is now suspect. Or you post on social media about complex topics you don't understand. You present opinions as facts. Someone knowledgeable responds with corrections. You look foolish to everyone who sees the exchange. Machiavelli valued advisors who said, "I need more information before I can advise on this," over advisors who always had immediate answers. The first showed judgment. The second showed arrogance disguised as confidence. The practice: differentiate between what you know and what you think. I know X because I've studied it. I think Y based on limited information. I don't know Z, but I can find out. All three are credible. Confident wrong claims are not. Public displays of ignorance masked as confidence mark you as unserious. People stop listening, even when you're right. Never do number 7. Never beg for respect. Respect cannot be demanded or begged for. It can only be earned or taken. When you publicly ask for respect, you've admitted you don't command it, and that admission ensures you never will. Machiavelli noted that weak rulers constantly reminded people of their title. "I am your king, you must obey me." Strong rulers never had to say it. Their authority was assumed, not asserted. The moment you have to tell people to respect you, you've revealed they don't. And once they know you need their respect, they know you don't have power. Modern application: you're a new manager. Your team isn't following your direction. You say in a meeting, "I'm your manager, and you need to respect my authority." You think you're establishing boundaries. You've announced weakness. Strong managers don't say this. Their competence and consistency earn respect naturally. Or you post on social media, "I deserve respect for X, Y, Z." You're listing your credentials, demanding recognition. This reads as insecurity. Secure people don't beg for respect. Their work speaks. Machiavelli: since it is difficult to join them together, it is safer to be feared than to be loved when one of the two must be lacking. But never beg for either. Fear and love that must be requested are worthless. Both must be earned or imposed through action, not words. How to earn respect instead: demonstrate competence consistently, maintain boundaries without explaining them, deliver results without demanding recognition, help people without requiring gratitude. Respect accumulates through pattern, not proclamation. The person begging for respect never gets it. The person acting worthy of respect eventually receives it. Never do number 8. Never celebrate prematurely announcing victory before it's secured is one of the fastest ways to have it taken away. People who might have let you win will work to stop you once they know you're counting on it. Machiavelli watched military commanders celebrate before the battle was won. The celebration lowered their guard. The enemy struck. What looked like certain victory became devastating defeat. Premature celebration does 3 things. It signals overconfidence. It motivates your competitors to work harder, and it makes your eventual failure more humiliating and public. Modern application: you're in the final round of interviews for a dream job. You're confident you'll get it. You post on social media about your new role before the offer is signed. Then the offer falls through. Now everyone knows you failed at the finish line. If you'd stayed silent, only you would know. Or you're closing a big deal. You tell everyone it's done before the contract is signed. The deal falls apart. Now you have to publicly walk back your celebration. You look incompetent and overconfident. Machiavelli observed that the best strategists waited until victory was irreversible before acknowledging it. No premature announcements, no early celebration. Just quiet execution until the outcome was secured. The rule: celebrate privately until the victory is public fact. Got the promotion? Celebrate when you're in the role, not when you're told you might get it. Won the contract? Celebrate when it's signed, not when they say they're leaning toward you. Premature celebration invites sabotage. Late celebration invites respect. Never do number 9. Never insult people you might need. Later, The person you publicly insult today might be the gatekeeper to something you need tomorrow. Machiavelli observed that political fortunes changed rapidly. Today's enemy became tomorrow's necessary ally. Leaders who'd burned bridges publicly found themselves isolated when circumstances shifted. Public insults are permanent. Relationships are fungible. The combination is dangerous. Modern application: you leave a job, you're angry. You post a scathing public review of the company and your former boss. Feels good momentarily. 5 years later, you're interviewing somewhere. The hiring manager knows your former boss. They reach out for a reference. Your public insult destroyed the opportunity years later. Or you have a conflict with someone in your industry. You publicly blast them on social media. Your network sees it. Years later, that person is in a position to help you or hurt you. They remember. Public insults never disappear. Machiavelli. A wise prince should never be idle in peaceful times, but should industriously lay up stores of which to avail himself in adverse times. Store goodwill, not grudges. You never know who you'll need. The practice: keep conflicts private. If you must separate from someone, job, relationship, business partnership, do it with minimal public commentary. It wasn't the right fit is always enough. Detailed public explanations of wrongdoing feel justified in the moment, but limit your options forever. You can be privately angry. Never be publicly vindictive. The first is human. The second is strategic stupidity. Burn bridges privately if you must. Never burn them publicly. These 9 behaviors seem minor in isolation. Each one feels justified in the moment. You're desperate, so you show it. You're frustrated, so you complain. You're excited, so you celebrate early. You're angry, so you insult publicly. But Machiavelli understood that public behavior accumulates into reputation. And reputation determines access to opportunity, power, and resources. One instance of desperation makes people cautious around you. Repeated instances make them avoid you. One public complaint makes people think you're having a bad day. Constant public complaints make them think you're a victim. The pattern matters more than the instance. And the pattern is formed by what you do when you think it doesn't matter. Machiavelli observed rulers in private and in public. The successful ones were different people in each context. Not fake, but strategic. They knew public behavior created public perception, so they controlled it obsessively. You don't have to be performing constantly. You do have to be aware constantly. Because in the modern world, everything is potentially public. That text you sent can be screenshotted. That comment you made can be recorded. That moment of poor judgment can be permanent. So here's your framework. Before doing anything in a public or semi-public context, ask yourself, if everyone I know saw this, what would they conclude about me? If the answer is anything other than what you want them to conclude, don't do it publicly. This isn't paranoia. It's awareness. And in a world where reputation is currency, awareness is survival. Machiavelli warned about these behaviors 500 years ago. They destroyed political careers in Renaissance Italy. They destroy careers today. Human nature hasn't changed. The technology has just made the consequences faster and more permanent. You can ignore these warnings. Most people do. They think authenticity means showing everything. They think public and private should have no distinction. They think reputation doesn't matter. Then they wonder why opportunities don't come, why people don't take them seriously, why their careers plateau, why their influence remains limited. The answer is usually in the 9 behaviors. They're doing things publicly that should only be done privately or not at all. And each instance is a small reputation tax that compounds over time. You now know the 9 behaviors to avoid. Never show desperation. Never complain publicly. Never reveal your full strategy. Never show emotional instability. Never break confidence. Never display ignorance confidently. Never beg for respect. Never celebrate prematurely. Never insult people you might need later. Avoid these 9 and you're already ahead of 90% of people. Because most people violate multiple ones daily without realizing the cumulative damage. Machiavelli survived political intrigue, torture, and exile. Then he influenced centuries of political thought. He knew how to protect his position through strategic public behavior. You can do the same. Control what you show. Guard what you say. Master your public presence. Your reputation depends on it. And in a reputation economy, that means everything depends on it. See you in the next one.